This is for the grade Social Studies, grade 5. Social Studies, grade 5. Unit 4, lesson 2. Student book from 114 to page 114 up to the page 117. This is unit 4, lesson 2. This page 114 is based on the lesson where you're going to learn about culture and art. Culture and art. And there are two main things there on top that we are going to learn about. You are going to learn to identify significant examples of art, poetry, and literature from the Middle Eastern history. Then you're also going to be able to identify some examples as well on how examples of art, poetry, and literature reflect the times during which they were created. Those are the two main things that you're going to focus on for page 114. And they give you a literature there of a region where they're going to, introduce you to two famous stories about Shahnameh and 1001 Arabian Nights. Those are the two main famous stories that you're going to learn about, as well as their definitions. They even mentioned there Shahnameh. Another word for it was called the Book of Kings. It was called the Book of Kings. Then you are going to get more information in details at the bottom. It also explains the rise of Islam changed the literature of the region because of the rise of Islam, and there were some changes that happened there. You need to go through that information, then you will understand what is called the literature of our region. They introduced to those two main things, the famous stories that came from our region. Then on page 115, still on the student book, page 115, they're introducing you to Islamic art as well as the story illustration. Islamic art, they tell you there about the laws of Islam. Do not strictly allow images of people and living things. Okay, so you're not allowing the images of people and the living things. That is the Islamic law. Okay, and then below that you have a story illustration. At the cost of Islamic rulers, beautiful illustrated books were valuable treasures. So what they're telling you that on their courts, the Islamic rulers, what they do, they've got beautiful illustrated books there, books that are being decorated. If you look at the first picture there, they're showing you the famous epic story of Shahnameh. You can see there's a man riding a horse like they're fighting, carrying sword as well. The second picture there is another famous story called 1001 Arabian Nights, as you can see there. Very beautiful pictures. Then let's go to page 116. Page 116. Okay, coming up. Then if you look at page 116, they've got a map there, the map there with the streets and everything. They say there, the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman commissioned to history of his own life. Some of the pictures showed beautiful illustrated maps of the cities captured and ruled by the Ottomans. So that picture is a picture of the buildings in the city, okay? Buildings in the city, beautifully illustrated on the map. You can see there's nice, strong colors there, red and other colors that you can see. The Ottoman Sultan, okay? Then on page 117, you have there another illustrated manuscript there, calligraphy and illuminated manuscript. Calligraphy is the art of beautiful decorated writing. So calligraphy is called an art. It's a beautiful art, okay, beautiful decorated. So those are the writings that are used, written down in a beautiful, stylish way, okay. Islam teaches that the Quran is the word of Allah. Okay, that book is based on the word of Allah. The scribe's job is to record the word of Allah in a flowing, beautiful style. So in that book, in that manuscript, they're describing the word of Allah in a flowing, beautiful style as an act of worship, as you can see there. Illumination means decorating the manuscript with extra patterns, usually in the bands around the page. Some illuminated manuscripts are decorated with gold and silver leaf. Okay, so they make it very beautiful, these writings. And even they include gold and silver leaf there, as you can see there. And also they wrote it there, just below the picture there. These verses from the Quran are written in beautiful and ASCII calligraphy with illuminated borders. They've got a nice border where they describe and show the beautifulness of these writings. That is the end of the page 117. That is basically based on that. So it's about the culture and art. Okay, about the culture and art. All right, thank you, grade 5. That's all